Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, I'll be showing you guys the ultimate shotgun warrior build. This is a build that came across my mind the other day, and I used it in Supremacy, and I actually did pretty damn good with it, so I figured I'd make a video out of it and show you guys all this build. Now, I'm sure this is not 100% original. I'm sure other people have used this before, but I haven't really seen or heard anything about it, so I figured I would share it with you guys. Now, let's get right into it. So the absolute essentials of this build are a Defender Titan with no backup plans and Memory of Felwinter. Those are absolutely essential. Of course, with a shotgun of your choice, I would recommend Universal Remote, so you won't have to worry about special ammo. You'll always have ammo with this weapon since it is a primary shotgun. You don't have to use it. This build can still work with any shotgun, but since this does revolve around using shotguns, if you have Universal Remote, I would totally recommend it. Now, if some of you are new, I will explain no backup plans and what they do. So if you do get a kill with a shotgun, while your melee is fully charged and ready to go, it will give you that overshield, it will give you force barrier. And since you are running Memory of Felwinter with this build, you will have 2 melee charges, and that is what makes this combination so much fun. I was actually using double shotguns while playing Supremacy with this build. Of course, it's not 100% necessary to run 2 shotguns, but I was just being silly and having some fun. If you want to be a little more serious, you could run, let's say, Universal Sniper, or I don't know, something Universal Fusion, if you want a little more variety for range. Alright, moving on to finish the build, let's get into the Defender subclass. So I will show you guys my subclass and what it looks like. Of course, you don't have to do exactly this. I would say the absolutely necessary things that you should pick are probably Relentless for that increased strength and duration for your force barrier, and maybe Unbreakable force barrier continually recharges. You could go War Machine if you wanted for your melee for that faster reload, but having that recharging force barrier is a nice thing to have. Also, I would totally recommend magnetic grenades. So if you are just out of range with your shotgun, you could just throw a magnetic grenade, stick the enemy, and move on. Remember, you will also have 2 grenades with this build. Oh, and if some of you are curious why I'm running Untouchable on my Defender subclass, it's just simply for the extra armor, that's all. Because obviously there is no Ward of Dawn when it comes to Memory of Felwinter. You will have to sacrifice your super, but you will of course get those 2 melee and grenade charges, and that is really what makes this build. Just always having a force barrier ready, always having a grenade ready, pretty much at all times. With this build, 100% strength and discipline is pretty much necessary. You're gonna want to make sure those are maxed out 100% if you can. I had mine maxed out, and it seemed for every engagement I went into, I always had at least 1 melee ready and 1 grenade ready. It really was a beautiful thing. Now, if you are using this build, be prepared to die a lot, but also to get potentially a ton of kills in the Crucible. If you are familiar with shotgun warrioring and you know how to manipulate your space and really just engage your enemy properly, you shouldn't have a problem whatsoever getting kills. And when you do get a kill with your shotgun or your melee, you will have an overshield, and you will have constant overshields throughout the game. So you're going to be seeing a lot of consecutive kills, and that really is a scary thing for the enemy team. Just to see a Titan skating around, blasting people with shotguns, getting a ton of overshields. It truly is incredible, and the feeling is amazing. The overshield really makes it hard for the enemy team to kill you if they are not prepared for it. If they are prepared, as long as you're playing smart, as long as you're outplaying them, catching them off guard, you shouldn't have too much of a problem. So that is pretty much the build, guys. Go ahead and leave in the comments. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you're going to try this out. I'd love to hear it. Also, this build is strictly for fun. It's just for having some fun and casual play. I wouldn't say go ahead, use this in trials and get a ton of kills with it. In trials, it's probably not going to be the case. It's really up to you though. If you want to try it in trials, by all means, go for it. Now, some of you may be wondering, why don't I just do this build without Memory of Felwinter so I can get my super? I mean, you could do that as well, but then you're not the ultimate shotgun warrior. This is literally going all into your shotguns here with Memory of Felwinter. That's why I like to call it the ultimate shotgun warrior. Having that extra melee charge on your no backup plans really does make a difference. Trust me, guys, I've used no backup plans before with only one melee charge as normal as intended, and I can truly feel the difference using Memory of Felwinter with that extra charge, and I certainly can say it brings shotgun warrioring to a whole new level. I probably played about 10 Supremacy games using this build, and no lie, I had 40 plus crests just about every single game. I think there was one game where I had like in the high 30s, but other than that, I always had at least 40. I must have had at least 20 to 30 kills per game. There may have been a few games where I had over 30 kills, I'm sure, and I always went positive. So I know I said this build was just for fun, but it seemed to be pretty damn effective in Supremacy. Anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much gonna wrap this one up. I still would certainly say it's mostly for fun. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and leave a sub if you haven't already if you want to see more Destiny content, because I will be bringing it to you guys on the daily anyway. I will see you next time.